Okay, guys, this video I am going to title You Must Lose in Order to Win, which you can apply this lesson in all areas of your life. This channel is trading focused, so I'm going to apply it to the world of trading. And it might sound backwards, it's actually a little ironic. So, in order to win, you must lose, meaning statistically, day trading has a very high failure rate, especially for new people. And it is almost guaranteed that you will blow up several accounts before you figure out what to do. And you only learn those lessons the hard way. So you could trade a sim account, which I do recommend just to get used to how the platform works and to kind of see how different trades go through. But unless it's real money and unless there's some kind of emotional pain involved when you lose money, the fake numbers in a sim account don't do anything. It might give you bragging rights. Oh, I made X amount in a sim account, but you don't really care for the most part. Now, one of those prop firm challenges, even though they're in simulated accounts, you actually would care because you pay money to be in that challenge. So there is money at stake. And if you beat the challenge, you'll be funded either with real money in a real account if you go with one of the better prop firms, or you'll be funded in a simulated account that you can pull real profits from, which is a very interesting thing. A funny business model that, is not the best, which is why they really try to make it hard for people to pass those challenges and actually qualify for their payments later when they do pass the challenge. There's so many different rules. If you mess up on one thing, even if you technically made money in it, they'll find a way not to pay you for a reason. I'll do a whole video talking about these scammy prop firms. Now, not all of them are scammy, but a lot of them are. If you even look at the websites, it looks like a casino, man, and they try to give you these amazing deals and all this other stuff, man. It's a lot of BS in the trading world, just like a lot of worlds, man. Like my other channel, the Viking Samurai, I'm heavily involved in the martial arts world, by the way. I'm a martial artist, lifetime martial artist, so heavily involved in that world. And there's a lot of there's a lot of frauds, there's a lot of fakery, and a lot of ego. Well, you get the same. My cat turned the computer off. You get the same stuff in the trading world, but basically, long story short, just to get back up the topic, in the what we're talking about here. Dang it, Ollie! Come on, your father's trying to work. He's a beautiful creature, isn't he? Yeah, beautiful creature, Oliver Patch. So anyway, you must lose in order to win because you got to learn the lessons the hard way. The worst thing that you can do as a new trader, the worst thing that can happen to you, rather, is if you get a winning trade, especially when you're not managing your risk, because then it just develops bad habits. So I'll give you one example that will blow a lot of people up eventually. You may cost average down, and you might turn a day trade into a swing trade because you don't want to take the loss. And sometimes you'll get lucky. If you're buying long, the stock gaps up and you cash out and maybe even make a profit the next day. That's just pure luck. You don't know what's going to happen the next day. You really don't. Nobody does. I mean, there are things you can do if you're an investor or swing trader that put the odds in your favor, depending on how the charts line up and the technicals. But at the end of the day, that should not be a concern for you if you are a day trader. A day trader, you have to, well, you don't have to, but you should, and you're supposed to close the trade at the end of the closing day for various reasons, man, because the stock could gap down. Like, there could literally be one trade that wipes out a week's of profits. It could wipe out a month's worth of profits. It could literally, one trade could compound and wipe out a year's worth, an entire trading account. Like, you could make out on 30 trades, but all it takes is one to basically finish you and you're done, and that's over. So you got to not build those bad habits, and you build the bad habits by breaking the rules, by holding overnight, by adding to those losing positions that weren't planned. It's all different if part of your plan is to scale into a trade, but you still must get out by the end of the day. And not only the end of the day, once your stop loss is hit, which you already should know and set before you go in the trade. You're looking at the charts, you're looking at the technicals. If it breaks a certain level, you're out, you're done. You could always get back in that trade, you know, when things like line up and, you know, looks like there's an opportunity, but take the hits, take the losses while they're small, because I guarantee you, you're not going to do it if you're a new trader. You're just not. You're going to break that rule, man. And you kind of have to go through that because all the money you lose initially and all the accounts you blow up, maybe you're lucky you only blow up one account. But that's kind of the cost of tuition to learn, because you got to be in the battlefield, so to speak. You got to be in the grind. You got to be in the trades. You have to experience that, and you got to learn from it. A lot of people don't. So even though statistics say, got tongue-tied there, the statistics say 95% of traders lose money, you could easily be one of the 5% that make money if you control your emotions, if you stick to the rules, or I should say if you eventually stick to the rules. Because I could tell you all this, you could read it in a book, you could hear it from 100 other guys on YouTube, but you're still going to break that rule. Because the market is run by emotion, it's run by fear and greed. It comes into play when real money's at play. So, anyway, just to summarize, you must lose in order to win. You got to experience that. You got to go through that. You're going to lose some money, but ultimately, that is how you're going to become a winner and a consistently profitable trader. So just remember, knowing going in that whatever you do initially lose trading, even if it's an entire account, don't fund yourself with $100,000, by the way, if you have it. Start with like $2,000, maybe $5,000, $10 probably at the most. Nobody wants to take a $10,000 loss, by the way. But these smaller accounts are going to more than likely be collateral damage. And it's just part of the tuition that you're going to pay as a trader. But you're knowing that you're not just wasting your money, you're developing yourself. So let's say you have a $2,000 account and you end up losing like $1,500 of it. Well, you think of that as like an investment, as weird as that is, that you're not going to get it back right away or anytime soon, but it'll eventually come back like tenfold once you learn how to trade properly. So just remember, you must lose in order to win. Got any comments or thoughts on that? Please share. Got any questions? Ask. I'm happy to answer all these questions and give more insight. So I've been involved in this world for a while on both sides as a retail trader. Traded Forex, stocks, options, futures, options on futures. I didn't necessarily trade crypto. I those weren't like day trades anyway. Those were swing trades in some investments. And I wish I held it all, man, from the very beginning. I got Bitcoin as low as $200 back in the day. And I should have kept loading up, right? But, yeah, I would have probably been on an island somewhere, right? One of those crypto multi-millionaires. But it wasn't to be. I would have got bored anyway, right? Those people who end up like selling their business for millions and millions of dollars and don't technically have to work anymore, they get bored, as anybody should. Like, the last thing anybody should look forward to is retirement, man. Like, why do you want to just be old and not have to do anything? Or why do you want to be young and not have to do anything? Like, we're here to basically do stuff, right? So anyway, share your thoughts in the comment below. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe.